Hey everybody, I'm Dave with Growing the Home Garden. A few months ago, I went and I severely pruned our dappled willows. Now, dappled willows are beautiful shrubs, but they can get kind of big over a little bit of time, maybe 10 to 12 feet tall and bushy. So I did a really severe cutting of them because they were just overgrown and needed some course correction. So let me go show you what the result is now, about 3 months later, after pruning them as hard as I did. So here are the dappled willows. We use them as a border on the side of our yard between us and our neighbors. And when they're really large, they give you a lot of privacy. But one of the best features of the dappled willow is that foliage that it's got. This mottled green foliage. It's got some red veining in it. A lot of times the tips of it will actually come out nice and pink. These have kind of faded a little bit. But as you can see, that they have all recovered really well, except for maybe this one right here, which I think was actually dead when I cut it. But the rest of them have done really nicely, and they will fill in very quickly and be at least as large as what they were before. You'll see here that I've got to go in and actually remove this stump and clean this up really good so it looks nice. But we'll get that all taken care of eventually. And the new foliage is all covering up some older stumps that I need to go in and cut back. But that's not bad at all. What we've got right now are some nice fresh looking shrubs that are creating a really nice border for us between here and our neighbors. You can see in some places we've got some issues with some weedy trees coming in. Those are black walnuts. The squirrels plant those for us all the time, but over here on this one you're also seeing some limbs that I need to cut back. When I was cutting them back, I wasn't sure exactly how much of it and where the new growth would come from, so I kind of left a lot of stubs. So my next step is to come back and clean all that up. And just to show you how it regrew, here's the end of one, and several branches came out of that one bud there. These will all grow and replace that eventually. Now, if you're like me and you really enjoy propagating plants, willows are perhaps one of the easiest shrubs or trees that you could grow from cuttings. You can just stick the branches in water if you want to, or you can stick them in dirt, which is what I kind of do now, and you can make a lot of really good cuttings from it. I've seen these in stores for $30 to $40 for, say, a 1 gallon size pot, which I think is crazy based on how easy these are to actually grow. You can make a lot of them very easily. One of the reasons they're so easy to root is because they have a high amount of auxins, which are a growing hormone that's found in pretty much all plants. And you can take these branches, prune them off, trim them back, and then put them in water and let them soak for a couple of days. And the resulting water is going to have a lot of those growth hormones in it, and you can use that water to water your plants, to water cuttings, and to encourage good root growth in your propagation experiments. Thought I'd show you some of these dappled willow cuttings that I've already got, well rooted, and you can see the tips here are turning kind of reddish, just like I said earlier, and getting a little bit of that mottled foliage right here. And these are just in some small pots. You can see how well the roots are actually doing. It's probably time to upsize these already. These are cuttings I took this winter off of that same pruning time, and it really doesn't take them very long at all to grow from cuttings. Willows are really a good plant for starter plant propagator people. So if you're just getting into it, just wanting to learn how to do it, I highly recommend you trying a willow, see what you think of it. It'll get you hooked, it really does. This is Salix integra, in case I didn't mention that before. And Salix integra, Japanese dappled willow, very easy to grow plant. It will get easily 10 foot by 10 foot, maybe a little bit taller than that depending upon growing conditions. They do like a lot of moisture, like all willows do. So, I had one person comment and ask about the proximity to a septic. I would not recommend putting them near it, but these are a shrub. I would avoid larger willows near a septic. These you can probably put further out or on the outstretches of it, and they'll be all right. Typically the roots of a tree or shrub are going to extend a few feet beyond the drip line of the tree so that those roots are gathering the moisture from there. But the dappled willow, they can take a really hard pruning, as I showed you before, and they'll bounce back just fine. So that's what happened after about 3 months. The dappled willows really put on a lot of really great growth, and I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out. I definitely have some more cleanup work to do. But anyway, I appreciate you watching this video, and if you would, hit a like button. That really helps me out. And subscribe. I'd love to have you along to show you some more garden stuff down the road. So thanks for watching, and hope you're having a great day.